What's poppin', people? It's your boy Smasher here with another video. Today we got 7.1.1. Now, congratulations on beating the Grandmaster and beating Act 6, but we're on to Act 7. And what a way to start off with this easy path. So, I didn't show the node before this fight. I'll show it before the next fight, but it's Flare. And you want to bring in champions of all different class types, because there's a node. If you have multiple champs of the same class type, you're going to take a bunch of more degen that you're already taking right now. And as long as you bring someone with class advantage, you won't really take too much degen. So I'm using Tigra here. I wanted to use some champs that I don't usually use in my videos for this quest, just to show that you can really use anybody. But I'll show the nodes right here. So for that fight, you just want to use any Mystic. Use your best Mystic. I like Tigra. And yeah, so here's the nodes. Flare, the attacker gains 300% attack rating, but takes 100% of their max health as direct damage. And Colorblind, for each champion of the same class, the attacker suffers 25% of their max health as degen. So basically, you have to have all 5 champs on your team have to be a different class type, and then you always want to use somebody with class advantage. Obviously, one of the fights you can't have class advantage because there's 6 classes. There's 6 fights, but only 5 people on your team. So here I'm just dexing a little bit with Spider-Man, Stark enhanced, and building up those charges to do more damage, and then now we're just pounding away with the damage. This path is actually really fun. It's one of my favorite paths in the entire game, just because you do a ton of damage and you got to bring in a champion of each class type, so it's just pretty fun all around. The defenders are actually very easy as well. Here I'm going to use Spider-Man 2099, yet another Spider-Man. I haven't really used this guy in a while, but he's pretty good, as you can see here. But I just want to stress that you can use anybody for this quest. Just make sure you have all different class types. And yeah, just use your class advantage and you're going to be running through this path. As you can see, the video is only 9 minutes and 40 seconds. It just shows you that this path is insanely fast and insanely easy. Next up, we got Red Guardian. I have Mole Man here. I think I've used him in my Act 6 guide videos, but I really don't use him too often. But I do like Mole Man. You can use any skill champ you want. Just make sure you bring a skill champ. And then, yeah, the boss is going to be Yondu. And he is not too bad for the first boss in Act 7. Definitely could be easier, but definitely could be harder, so we're not going to complain. We'll talk about that fight in a few minutes. Now we have Gwenpool. So I didn't bring a mutant. I chose to not bring a mutant, just because Gwenpool is a pretty easy fight. I'm going to use Mole Man here, just because he has quite a bit of health, so the more degen that we take here is going to be fine because we have enough health for it. So I'm just building up my frenzy, building up my monster mass, and starting the frenzy right here, doing a ton of damage. That special is very easy to dodge, but you'll see in a second I do get hit by this special one somehow, I don't know. And yeah, easy fight still, even without class advantage. Now we have Ultron. I brought in Hyperion for this fight. Once again, a champ that I don't normally use, but he's a very great champion. If you guys have him, he's going to work great here. He's going to work pretty great against the boss as well. So make sure you bring a Cosmic for this path, just so that way you have 2 Cosmics for the boss, because you can swap one in, and then you'll already have one on the team, so you have two. Just in case, because you're going to want class advantage against Yondu, or you can use somebody buff immune. So we'll talk about that in a second, right when we see the nodes. But yeah, that's the path done. Now we're on to the boss, which, like I said, is Yondu. Not the hardest defender, just make sure you try to not block any hits, or else you're going to bleed. Unless you have a bleed immune, CGR would probably be good. But I'm going to bring in a champ that I never use. I just wanted to use all of the champions I used in this video are 6-star rank 3. So I don't want you guys to say that I'm using 2 overpowered champs. Everybody in this video is 6-star rank 3. You can go back and check if you don't believe me. But we got Super Masochism there. Basically, any debuffs you do will get purified and the defender will regenerate 5% of their max health. It has a 5-second cooldown, but each time you knock him down, increases the cooldown for future ones by 1 second. And then we got Foresight, so when you intercept, you get a 200% Fury. We got Rich Get Richer, so whoever has more buffs is going to gain power, so that's why you want to bring Cosmic, just so you gain power. I know I mentioned earlier to bring buff immune. Forget what I said. That's not really going to help. I meant to say you kind of want to bring someone that doesn't do any debuffs. That's what I meant to say. So just make sure you do not bring a buff immune champ, because that's not going to help here. You actually want buffs. But as you can see here, all my special attacks are placing a bleed on him, which just gets immediately purified and he heals. So if you want to bring somebody and then try to not parry or try to not do any debuffs, that would help. I would recommend CGR for this, because you can just do your classic rotation. He will like purify your stun and everything like that, and he will regen, but you'll just be able to out damage him. You'll see this fight with Gwenpool is a solo, but it does take a while. We have a lot of buffs on us. We're gaining a lot of power. But every time we stun him with the parry, which I'm not trying to do, or every time we place a bleed on him, which happens after every single one of Gwenpool's special attacks, he's just going to heal, as you can see there from the special 3. And I would recommend trying to not stun him at all, and just really working on your intercepting skills right here. As you can see, the only openings I'm getting is punishing his special 1, and then when I intercept. I'm not trying to parry him. And you can see there, I took 1 blocked hit, and it did that much damage. So you want to really make sure that you don't take any blocked hits from this guy if you're using someone that's not bleed immune, like Gwenpool. But if you're using CGR, you can take some block hits. It's fine. And another tip for fighting Yondu, don't push this guy to special 2. You're just going to take a ton of damage, and that's not good. So, yeah, that's all the tips I got for this video. Just to clear the idea one more time, you want a Cosmic champ for class advantage that has a lot of buffs. So if you want to bring CGR for the path fight against Ultron, and then swap in Odin, put the Odin pre-fights on to give him some more buffs, and then just do your normal special 2 rotation, and you'll be able to nuke this guy down. But yeah, make sure you're intercepting a lot to get the Foresight Fury, and you're going to be fine. So there we go. 7.1.1 is done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys again very soon. Peace out.